Welcome, my peeps, mi gente. This is Chief, the one half of Chief and Stereo. Let's talk. Today, we'd like to discuss uh, the tragedy behind the recently passed debate with Biden and Trump. The debate was on Thursday, June 27th, which was held in the CNN studios in Atlanta. I'm quite sure this has reverberated around the world. A lot of people are talking about it, about how the Democrats have basically set up Biden for failure. During the debate, we saw the old man versus the con man. Biden struggled for answers. Trump struggled for the truth. He wasn't telling the truth in a lot of his statements. In the end, all we saw was just two turbo geriatric actors bungling their role as actors, which basically has put America in a position where we have become a laughing stock. Um, Now, mind you, uh, Trump didn't debate any of the Republican, candidates that was running against him. He believed he was, since he was president, it wasn't necessary for him to debate them. Um, and he didn't have to debate Biden. It appears that the Democrats was basically pushing Biden to debate Trump, and Biden called out Trump, and Trump said, "Hey, I will debate you." But in the end, it was a failure on the part of the Biden administration and his handlers. And I think CNN did a disservice to him as well because number one, there was no fact checking. That's number one. During the debate, they kept on cutting off Biden before he even was able to make to answer some of the questions that needed to be answered. And I don't know if it was just they were giving him a lifeline just to cut him off because he kept on like mumbling a lot of his answers. Wasn't able to get to finish it. Uh, and in addition, in terms of the fact checking, Trump was just spewing a whole bunch of nonsense. Trump didn't answer directly to the initial questions asked. He kept on complaining about the Biden administration, his policies, and basically talking about what he has done and what he's able to accomplish and so forth. And then they will react. They will ask him again the same question that was initially asked, and then he got a chance to somewhat answer the questions. So in other words, he was given more of a time in terms of a speaking role as opposed to Biden. And one of the most memorable line is when Trump said, "I don't know what he said, and I don't think he knows either." Yo, how embarrassing, man! It's like Biden. He's just in terms of his body wise, his mental acuity over the past 4 years, he just has dwindled and dwindled down. And they indicated that it took about 4 days for them to prep him in preparation for this debate. They had asked Trump if he was rehearsing or practicing the debate. He said, "I don't need to practice. I don't need to rehearse and prepare myself." While Biden was in Camp David, and they were coaching him and prepping him and what have you, and yet still he still came to the debate. I don't want to say he was unprepared. He was prepared. It's just that with his age, I believe it's like 81 or 82 years old. Sometimes the faculty is not there anymore based on your age. It doesn't happen to everyone, but hey, the man is in his 80s. So what could you get from that? Sometimes the memory comes, the memory goes. Um, but it showed him up to say that hey, maybe this person is not fit for the job anymore per se. Now, in terms of Kamala Harris, she went on the platform to basically say that hey, he had a bad night. Everybody had a bad night. Even Obama said that bad night occurs. A bad debate occurs, I should say. But you know what? You pick up and you move on, and you show the America that, hey, even though you might have a bad night, you're still you're still in the fight, and you're still able to come back and win per se. Um, Now, in terms of whether or not another debate would take place, they're basically saying that, hey, maybe the next debate, Biden should put in a surrogate to debate Trump. How would that look? That doesn't look really good to me. I believe that Biden need to come back and redeem himself. But what if it's worse than even the first debate that took place, right? Um, that definitely will shift in terms of the demographic, maybe pushing a lot of more people in on the side of Trump as opposed to Biden. Now, Biden still has a lot of time left for the next for the general election. She got still got about maybe like 5 more months. So it's time, he could turn it around or what have you, because I've seen where uh, prior candidates had late starts or had bad debates, and prior to the election, they had a good debate and they able to pull out the election. Uh, Prime example, I believe, was Bill Clinton. That happened too. He was able to pull out a victory. Now, in terms of the Democrats, oh yeah, we behind the president, and he's still our man and what have you. Maybe this guy is not the right guy for us. Is not the right guy anymore, I should say, to lead the charge. And maybe we should look elsewhere. Gavin Newsom, uh, in terms of his leadership, I believe 35% of individuals said that they wouldn't vote for him. Kamala is the um, next bet, next hope. You know, it is to see whether or not America is receptive to voting not only for a person of color, a black person, but also a woman as being the president of the United States. So hopefully, the next, keeping it short, just the next debate, Biden's able to pull it out and redeem himself, and America's able to say, hey, maybe we should be able to give him another chance. Maybe he just had an off day, because everybody has off days, right? You know, and he's able to, basically sell not only his policy to America and to the world, and also you remember that the world is watching, right? And there's a lot of people, a lot of countries are worried that if Donald Trump take over and become president, what's going to happen? The Ukrainians are worried because if he becomes president, the first thing possibly he might do is also pull funding from Ukraine, right? And what would happen? It might be a paradigm shift in Europe. If he pulled funding, if they're no longer funding the war in Ukraine, is a possibility that Russia will overrun them. What will happen with Russia? Will they only stay in Ukraine? Will they move on to Poland? Will they move on to Czechoslovakia, um, the Czech Republic? Will they move on to Latvia, um, and so forth? So we watch and see. I'm just saying that this debate it didn't give me any confidence. I'm still in the middle, stuck in the middle, because it's like voting for either the old man that is losing all his faculty, or voting for the madman, right? So we watch and see. We will, Stereo and I would, we discuss this another day or what have you together, and we'll be able to update you guys or what have you. And just stay tuned. Like, subscribe, share. We discuss all the salient point that you might be interested in. All right, so check us out on socialmobie, SOCIALMOBIE.com. Thank you. Peace.